हेलो एस्पेरेंट्स ब्रेनियक आईएएस में आपका फिर से स्वागत है। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं हम आपके लिए ज्योग्राफी सीरीज लाए हैं और जिसकी आज है अपनी क्लास 5 एंड द टॉपिक फॉर टुडेज क्लास इज अर्थ मूवमेंट एंड जियोमॉर्फिक प्रोसेस in which we will cover endogenic and exogenic movements. Then we will come on continental drift theory. Our first topic is earth movement and geomorphic processes. Various geomorphic processes are responsible for the movement of the Earth and creation of the variations on the Earth's crust. So, what are the geomorphic processes? Geomorphic processes are the various forces from Earth interior as well as from outside of the Earth causing physical stress and chemical action on the Earth's material and which bring about change on the configuration of the Earth. अलग अलग जो फोर्सेस जो अपने अर्थ के इंटीरियर और एक्सटीरियर से में एक्ट कर रही हैं जिससे फिजिकल स्ट्रेस आ रहा है द मटेरियल ऑन द अर्थ जिससे चेंजेस आ रहे हैं लाइक बिल्डिंग ऑफ माउंटेन्स प्लेट्यूज valleys etc. These are all of the result of the geomorphic processes. So various forces from Earth's interior this is geomorphic processes. The geomorphic processes are divided into two endogenic processes and exogenic processes. This geomorphic process is divided into two endogenic process and exogenic processes. Endogenic processes are basically those processes acting from interior of the earth. ऐसी processes जो अर्थ के अंदर से बाहर को चेंज करते ये सारी एंडोजेनिक प्रोसेस ठीक है और एक्सोजेनिक प्रोसेसेस आर प्रोसेसेस acting on earth's surface, it is from above the earth. These are exogenic processes. So first geomorphic process endogenic force. Endogenic forces are also called hypogenic. Main source of this endogenic process basically magma. As this is earth we have hot core and earth is made up of rocks with hot core. When the temperature increases this rocks melts which resulted into magma formation. This magma when erupted causes volcanism and the movement of this magma is responsible for various endogenic processes. So endogenic processes are the forces acting from Earth's interior. What are the source of energy? Source of energy of this endogenic process is radioactivity and primordial heat from the Earth's core. As I have explained in this, the primordial heat which is released from the core and the associated radioactivity resulted in the various endogenic processes. This endogenic process creates major structural changes like building mountains, plateaus, continents, etc. These all are the result of the endogenic processes. Second, come exogenic. Exogenic is also called as epigenic. This exogenic process creates minor changes minor changes on the already created structures. जैसे माउंटेन्स है माउंटेन्स पे इरोजन्स की वजह से प्लेन एरिया में जब रिवर सॉइल को लेके आती है और डिपॉजिट कर देती है तो रिजल्टेड इनटू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एलुवियल प्लेन्स. ये सब अपना एक्सोजेनिक प्रोसेस का रिजल्ट है तो क्रिएटिंग माइनर चेंजेस. Forces acting on the earth's surface from above the earth's surface. सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी क्या होगा इसका. अर्थ के सारे मटेरियल्स पे एक तो ग्रेविटी लगती है. ग्रेविटी इज एक्टिंग ऑन एवरीथिंग ऑन द अर्थ. और दूसरा मेजर सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी सनलाइट. ग्रेविटी एंड सनलाइट आर द सोर्स ऑफ एक्सोजेनिक प्रोसेस. व्हाट आर द एजेंट्स ऑफ एक्सोजेनिक प्रोसेस. एजेंट्स आर river, wind, glaciers, groundwater, etc. These are the agents. Structures which form due to this minor changes develop, like various topographical features like caves, valleys, waterfalls, plunge pools, beaches, etc. These all are result of exogenic. This endogenic process is divided into two. Pehla slow movement, second is sudden movement. Slow movement, which is also called as diastropism. This diastropism is slow plus continuous. Continuously, this slow movements are operating on the surface. And the second is sudden movement. Sudden movements include volcanisms, earthquake. These are example of sudden movements. Sudden movements occur for shorter duration of time. Further, this diastropic movement is divided into two: epergeny and orogeny. Epergeny is a continental building. In epergeny, there is a vertical movement. Epergeny vertical movement created due to radial forces. Radial forces, vertical movement in epergeny. While orogeny involves folding and faulting due to tangential force. Epergeny is further is upward, resulting to formation of continents, while downward apergeny resulted into the formation of basins. And this mountain building force are of two types: force of compression and force of tension. Force of compression result into fold mountains, while force of tension result into the creation of fault. This endogenic forces. Let's further understand. So first type of endogenic forces, diastropism. Diastropism are the movement that move, elevate, and build up the portion of the earth crust. These diastropism, as you know, operated slowly, but these are continuously slowly. and continuously. The isotropic movement is of three types. First is tectonic movement, then isostatic movement, geostatic movement. Tectonic movements are the movements responsible for building new. Isostatic movement is responsible for balancing of already created structure. Balances already created structure. While this eostatic force is responsible for the global change in sea level. This we in see further, and this tectonic movement is further classified into two: epirogeny, orogeny. Epirogenic, epirogenic are the vertical movements caused due to radial force. Let's see. This is our Earth. There are some radial forces operating from within the Earth, like this. Because of this upward radial forces, it resulted into the emergence or uplift, resulted into formation of plateau kind of structure, or continents are formed due to aborigine. This big elevated portion can form a continent, while when these forces encounter the earth crust and turns inward, this resulted into submergence, or inward radial forces also causes submergence. This submergence forms basins. This erosion is characterized by large scale upliftment or submergence. And these are slow and widespread from continents. These forces are continents building forces. Example is gradual upliftment of Deccan Plateau. Second, second is orogenic movement. Orogeny, these are the mountain building forces caused by tangential force. Let's see. This is our Earth. This Earth's crust. Tangential forces moves in this direction around the crust in a circular pattern. This is tangential forces. When these tangential forces converge, they compressed and resulted into the formation of folds. These folds resulted in fold mountains. While in these conditions of tensional force, it resulted to formation of faults. These all created due to tensional force. Orogenic movement involves intense folding and faulting of narrow belts. It are two types. First, compressional. This is compressional force. Compressional force. These are the forces causing Earth's rock to push or squeeze against each other and resulted into the formation of folds. While in case of tensional force are the forces which pulls the rock layer apart, result into the formation of faults. Faults, waterfalls. Faults are the fractures by which primary surface is broken. Fracture by which primary surface is broken with loss of continuity. So this is Perigeny and Orogeny.